You're on.
1, 2, 3,
I can't believe it's this cold and there's still this many people come. Aren't you troopers? Well done, well done. Give yourself a hand. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, we're going to do a couple of songs. They're old traditional songs, and it's nice to bring them out. It's kind of a nice time of the year to do that. So, I've noticed that someone that I respect has a saying, and he says, we are obligated to be happy because it's the happy people that make the world a better place. Conversely, the unhappy do just the opposite. So we're going to work on that a little bit, and it starts with a smile. And I know that we've had people that have been lost. You know, this is a kind of a bittersweet time for some of us because we've lost loved ones. And it's kind of sad that they're not with us. We've had other issues and challenges, but we work on happiness, just like exercising a muscle, and it starts with a smile. Please sing along if you know the words. Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. Where there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is so worthwhile if you just smile. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is so worthwhile if you just smile. When you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. And when you're laughing, the sun comes shining through. And when you're crying, you become the rain to stop that crying. love you. Keep on smiling, because when you're smiling, the whole world's smiling with you. Yeah. Take it away, when you're smiling, the whole world smiling with you. When you're laughing, the sun comes shining. But when you're crying, you bring on the rain. Stop that crying, be happy again. When you're smiling, yes, you're smiling. And the whole world smiles with you. Thank you. Sound like we're at a nightclub or something.
Thank you for that, and keep smiling. Oh, how wonderful that was. Thank you, all of our wonderful musicians. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is exciting to see so many of you here, as chilly as it is outside. A special welcome to everyone here. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our live streamers. Those who are going to watch us later, we're so excited about that as we welcome all paths to God. Surely, surely God is in this place. I see God in the face of everyone here, and it is exciting, it's exhilarating, because I believe that 2022 is going to be miraculous. It's going to be fantastic. Everything that has happened has brought us to this place of goodness. I believe that. We'll take a moment now in prayer. As we know, silence is the language of God, so we'll begin with just a moment of silence before you hear the words. God within and everywhere present. We woke up this morning with chill in the air. We're grateful for it. We woke up this morning knowing that we are truly blessed in many ways. We can't even count the number of ways. We are truly blessed this morning. Our hearts are filled with love and energy, and we are able to send that out to all the ones we love. We know that there are some this morning who feel sad because they've lost a loved one, a job, whatever that loss is. We send them love and blessings to lift them up in spirit. There are those who are experiencing a healing challenge this morning. We hold them up in light and know that their experience is temporary. I invite you now to, in this space of love and support, to call out the name of someone that you want lifted up in this moment. Just call out the names. Those at home, you can do it as well. Just call out a name. Yes, healing comes. Call out a name. Yes, healing comes. Healing continues to come. Call out another name. Yes. Yes. Blessings Blessings, blessings, blessings. We breathe in now this moment of love that we hold for all of those whose names we called. We hold them up in the light, knowing that God is everywhere present with each and every person here, with each and every person whose name we call. We allow it to be so. And join with me in saying, Amen.
Today, the unity principle that we'll talk about is principle number 4. That principle is we create our life experiences through our way of thinking, feeling, and acting. This is truly a wonderful principle to begin any new year with. We have the ability to create our own realities through the choices that we make. The center of unity value for today is service. And service is both the gift of our Creator to us and our gift to the Creator. All that we are and all that we have is given to us to enable us to be of service to others. Each day as we affirm, "Here am I, send me, use me. May I be a channel of love and blessings to others." Then we will be guided into the innumerable pathways where we may be a blessing. And there are innumerable pathways. This community takes an army of people who are of service to function. So does your family, your neighborhood, your friends, your community. There are so many places that your gifts, your love is important. In blessing others, we ourselves are profoundly blessed as well.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Today's daily word is clarity. Time spent communing with God gives me clarity. When I gaze toward the heavens on a moonlit night, I expect to see twinkling stars and constellations. But if I use a telescope, I can see details with much greater clarity. This example could describe my spiritual life as well. I may go about my day mindful of my blissful blessing. My tongue is getting twisted. I may go about my day mindful of my blissful feelings and kinship with all the people. These things and more are the fruits of my faith. But I find clarity during times of intentional contemplation. When I meditate upon the truth, I feel the presence of God fill my consciousness and touch my heart. This clarity informs my thoughts, words, and actions, bringing my faith to vivid life. From 1 Corinthians, "For now we see in the mirror dimly, but then we will see face to face. Now I know only in part, then I will know fully, even as I have been fully known."
Thank you, Bob and Gina. Steve, thank you. Beautiful. On Friday, we had such a great time. We were holding a sacred space for the burning bowl ceremony. Those of you that came, you know, we released the past, never to those things that didn't serve us and that probably never served us. We released those, never to pick them up again. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. You can participate today. So today, first of all, after we released all of that stuff, we then created an affirmation, we could call it an intention or a vision for ourselves, or some can call it a letter to God. And today, we're going to look at another ritual. We're going to look at a passage from Revelation. We're going to unpack that passage and look at how to really listen, how to surrender. We're going to look at 3 promises: hidden manna, the white stone, and a new name. That's what all of this preparation is for, to create a new name. But in order to do that, we must go deep within and listen, not with the outer ear. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
good. There are people here. A new year is a time for new beginnings. As we begin this new year, I invite you to remember that burning bowl ceremony and remember the highest vision that you hold for yourself. I invite you to consider one specific aspect of that high vision, how you want to be. You were given a white stone when you came in, and you didn't get a white stone, Maddie, could you help pass out white stones? Where are they? The white stones? I know the markers are over here.
The stones are there too.
The stones are there too? Thank you. Just the map markers too. Oh, or pencils, wherever. They're markers, okay. We've got white stones, and take a card as well, and we've got markers to mark on the white stone. That's good, we have markers. Last time we had pencils. Now, you don't have to go home and write over the pencil mark with the marker because we have the markers, yes. This is a good thing. So as you pass out those white stones and markers, I want to tell you a little bit about, and just hold on to that. I want to tell you a little bit about another ritual. Some unity churches include this ritual along with the burning bowl, and it's called the white stone ceremony. By the way, let me just say a word about the ritual. Unity doesn't focus so much on rituals per se, because typically rituals take over the meaning of whatever they're intended for. And people are so focused on the ritual itself that you don't really get what the ritual meant or what was meaning to do. So in Unity, we focus on those rituals that take us deep within so we can really connect with our indwelling Christ. So there is a difference. This ritual was created by a Unity minister as a follow-up to the burning bowl and as a symbol of starting anew. It's an activity that we can do to help ourselves claim our good. And we'll begin with that very personal ritual in just a few moments. But first, let's put all of this in context. The ceremony is inspired. Oh, I have some good stuff to share with you. It's inspired by a passage in Revelation. How many of you have read Revelation, a part of it, or heard anything about it? Did it scare you to death? With all the stuff about the seven-headed beast and Jesus riding on a white horse, battles of Armageddon, trumpets, pits opening up with fire stuff. What crazed mind wrote that? No judgment, I was just observing what I read. And the irony of Revelation is that, you're not gonna believe this, is that it was written as a letter of comfort. Hold on. It was written as a letter of comfort. First of all, the book is called The Apocalypse of John, not John the Baptist, not the disciple John, but another John. We don't know this John, but another John. And it was a type of literature, you know, like we have romance literature, we have the classic literature, other kinds of literature. So Revelation is a type of literature around the written around the end of the first century. The idea of the apocalyptic literature was to be sensational. Do you think it met its goal? Yes. Okay, so it was written to 7 churches in Europe, and they were formed to say, yeah, you know, the letters were meant to say, yes, I know we're having a really rough time right now, and we're still under the rule of the Roman Empire, and it's very difficult. We understand all that. It's really, really hard right now. But don't give up. Hold on. Remember on Friday I was saying, hold on. So John was telling the people in the 7 churches, hold on. He was trying to comfort them. Just hold on. Hold on, and y'all hold on. Hold on, he said, because the Roman Empire is not going to last forever. When it falls, then all of you need to be a new light in this region. So as you can see, the book of Revelation was meant to lift the people up. So now you can go and tell all your friends to stop comparing that with present times, okay? And that the book was written for the people back then. Although we in Unity, we use people, places, and things as a metaphysical symbol to support us on our spiritual journey. I hope that makes sense. We can derive inspiration from this and other stories of the Bible. So now here is the passage. Let anyone who has an ear listen. To everyone who conquers, I will give you some of the hidden manna, and I will give you a white stone, and on the white stone is written a new name that no one knows except the one who receives it. That's important. No one knows except the one who receives it. This passage refers to a couple of actions. The first activity is to listen. And we listen during meditation, when we quiet ourselves, we get still. As soon as you sit still, your body fires up, doesn't it? I mean, your mind fires up. When the body stills, the mind gets really busy. That's okay. Because in a moment, we're going to go into a meditation, and I'm going to invite you to, as that mind starts to get busy and you start thinking about all the things you're going to do after this service, I invite you to come back to yourself. Come back Focus on that God-given breath, that life-giving force of breathing. That's it. The mind is made to have thoughts. Meditation has never been about having a blank mind. No one can do that. No one. We can have gaps between thoughts, but the mind is made to think. So, when we get to that part, you'll hear me speak some words. Your position is simply to sit and breathe. We can do that. The first activity is listening, otherwise known as meditation. An ear to hear is not an outer ear, but the ear of the soul, the ear that hears the still, small voice. We develop this inner listening quality by getting out of our intellect and into our hearts. What is that, about 12 inches? Not a long trip, right? And we get there through meditation. It's a tool to help us quiet our busy mind and listen to the divine voice of wisdom. We open our minds and hearts to a deep intuitive knowing. Men and women, I know sometimes people think just women are intuitive. No, men, you guys are intuitive as well. And all you need to do is quiet yourself. Sit still. The next activity is to surrender. Surrender. The passage says, to everyone who conquers. The conqueror is not an outer war, but an inner one. To anyone who takes the time to listen to that still small voice, to everyone who practices release and affirms inner spiritual qualities. Sometimes that can become an inner war. We realize it requires surrendering our personal will to what? Divine will. And the paradox is that surrender of the ego self is victory. It's the birthing of the essential self, just as Jesus taught and demonstrated. Now, the third promise is this. Well, there are three promises. It said, to everyone who conquers, I will give you hidden manna, and I will give you a white stone, and on the white stone, a new name that no one knows except the one who receives it. This is important. That's why it's coming up again. So the hidden manna, first is the promise. The promise is the hidden manna. That's the first thing. In the days of wandering in the forest, in the wilderness with Moses, the manna was sent by God. So the people just walked around going from place to place with Moses, right? And when it was time to eat, food was available. Only take what you need at any given time in life. Because when the people start to take more than what they needed, what happened? The food spoiled. How many of you need to clean out your refrigerator? Well, you're not alone, because I need to too. There's something in the back of there, I know. Anyway, so the hidden manna is not visible to the world. We are given spiritual energy and nourishment that sustains us. That's grace. It nourishes the soul and the body, and it benefits the whole person, the whole being. Now, the second promise is that white stone. Back in the time of Jesus, when Jesus was teaching, everyone served time. Well, not everyone, but some people sometimes served time in prison. Not everyone. And when they were released, they were given this white stone. And there were other people in bondage. When they were released, they were given this white stone, which meant that you are now free. You're a free person. I heard one minister say that that white stone was given to what group was that? I don't know, Greeks or Romans or somebody, a group of people that really knew how to party. So that white stone got them into parties. Okay, so that white stone is important. It serves as a symbol they had during that time, and it helped to release one of false beliefs about themselves, old beliefs, error thinking. You know, all of that stuff, we can create a prison for ourselves with that kind of thinking. With the release from bondage comes a sense of worthiness. We are beloved of God, one with the divine, free and unlimited. The third promise is a new name. In the Bible, we read of many name changes. For example, Saul, which means personal will, he was struck to his knees and blinded for 3 days. And why? What did he have to do? He had to go within. When he looked within, he was given a new name. And so Saul's personal will was transformed to Paul, which means enlightened will. He is a symbol of human will that surrenders to divine will, and in that surrender, he claimed his divine power, as each of us can and will do. The story of a name change is common in biblical mythology. In the story of prophet Isaiah, 62nd chapter, 2nd verse, the Lord consciousness shall see your freedom, and you shall be called by a new name that the mouth of the Lord will give you. Abram, as he grew in spiritual awareness, became, we all know, who? Abraham, correct. Sarai became who? Sarah. Jacob was renamed Israel, and Simon was renamed Peter, and Peter metaphysically means faith. So when we awaken to our own inner spirit, we can take on a new identity, a new name, so to speak. This refers to the new, higher realization of the I am, a new awareness of our God self. That's powerful. Yes, there's nothing that separates us from that power. And this is where the ceremony called the white stone comes in. In the passage, we are told, again, I will give you a white stone. On the white stone is written a new name that no one knows except the one who receives it. I heard one unity minister say, when you write your name that you're given, that you'll be given during this service, and by the way, if nothing comes up for you, that's okay. Do not judge yourself. You'll take your stone home, and in the quiet and sanctity of your own home, get quiet and ask, because every time you ask a question of spirit, you will get an answer. And perhaps the answer doesn't come today, right now, in this time and space. That's okay. So I invite you to meditate on what you're being called to in the new year and claim that as your new name. Now, by now, everybody should have a white stone and pencil, right? A marker. Hold your white stone in your hand. Where's mine?
There's one left?
Yes.
Just one?
There's one left, it's yours. Where's yours? I have one.
Oh, good. Okay, a marker.
I too need a white stone because as I was preparing for this talk, something came up for me and I thought, that can't be right because the ceremony hasn't happened yet. But who knows? I'm going to do this right along with you and who knows what will come up. It could be the same thing and maybe not. But hold your white stone in your hand and simply open your mind to hearing your new name. Again, if nothing comes up, that's okay. Now I'm going to, I want you to relax in the way that you know how. And I'll invite you to start by slowing your breathing down a little bit. You can relax your eyes behind closed lids. And just again, slow your breathing. Allow yourself to ask these questions. Who am I? Or what am I called to be in this coming year, 2022? As I let go of my old habits, those are released during the burning bowl ceremony or those that I'm releasing in this moment, what is it that I am called to be known as? Let your awareness drop from your head down into your heart, into your gut. From your intellect and into your deep inner knowing and awareness of divine love and wisdom. Right now, in this place, at this time, at the beginning of a new year, you're invited to consciously surrender to the activity of the divine. For the next few minutes, I'll invite you to allow wisdom to speak to you. Give your ego a rest time right now, and let that divine holy voice speak in and through you. Perhaps there's a change coming up for you, a change in location, a change in name, a change in a job, a career, a change in title, or just a new quality that Spirit is pressing out and through you. Give yourself permission to know that as you release that which no longer serves your highest good, you can claim a new quality, a new name. This is a moment in which you know you are free to open and surrender to what you are receiving from Spirit. Breathe that in. Now, as you are guided by Spirit, I invite you to trust in this now moment as Spirit gives to you in this sacred space, in this moment of truth. Give you your divine wisdom, your divine purpose, and insight into your holy essence. Listen and hear your new name. This will only make sense to you, and no judgment about it. Just listen. Perhaps you're becoming a published author, clean and sober, or grateful, or whatever comes up for you. And as the name becomes clear, you will want a deeper understanding. A name has come to you. When it has come, remain quiet and still and allow yourself to ask for a deeper understanding, to ask if there are any steps you might take. In this moment, allow yourself to simply open to spirit, say and affirm these words. Notice it may be on the screen. God in me reveals my true essence. God in me reveals my next step. God as me lives a joyous, peaceful, fulfilling life. And now, as you prepare to write, Bob will play something special for this moment. Just listen to that inner voice. Now, whatever you have written is just for you. You don't need to share it with anyone. Bring it out and look at it from time to time. Put it in your meditation area. Now, in closing, we have released what didn't serve us. We're not taking it into this year, 2022. And anytime you look at your white stone, realize that you have the gift of choice in every moment. It is your life. The gift to live differently, to live a more fulfilling life, to begin again, to connect with God and co-create with God. The white stone carries now a new name, the spiritual identity and a deeper awareness of your soul's journey at this time in your life. No one in the entire universe except your inner wisdom knows what this new name is. And it is specific to you. But it has come to your awareness to be lived out, not just to write it on the stone and forget about it. It is to be expressed and to be embodied as you. It is what your true self, the divine, is calling you to be. It is a whisper from your soul that you're so much more than you think you are. So much more. And you are so much more than you have ever allowed to be expressed. There's an affirmation, an affirmative prayer that you'll see on the screen in just a moment. I'm going to invite you all to say this prayer with me. I am grateful that I begin this year with a clean slate. I embrace this new name given to me by God and celebrate my unfolding good. Thank you, God. Amen. Let's say that amen in a different way with energy. Amen. Thank you. By the way, I have one more thing to add. You know, when you're preparing a talk, it's never finished. And this morning, at the 13th hour, I saw this and I said, I want to share it. Where do I put it? Well, I just decided to stick it in here. So do I have your permission to share this?
Yeah.
Thank you. You must believe in your affirmation, intention, and vision. The mind responds to the power of belief because belief becomes the foundation of faith when it is grounded in a spiritual premise or practice. It is required to give its possibilities credence. Wow, that resonated deeply with me. So it all begins in what you believe. I'm trying to think of one of my Unity teachers. His name is Reverend Dr. Paul Hasselbeck. He said, we all have a BS, a lot of BS. And of course, every time he says that, we think grabbing our pearls, right? But we all have a belief system, and our belief system is the foundation for our faith. So hang on to that.
Yes, music, right?
Hello again.
Hello.
You guys are great. I'm going to sing a song, and it is a song that requires a track normally, but it's not a very well-known song, and I couldn't find a track. But one of my goals is to not be defined by our circumstances. So I'm going to sing this with you. It's one of my favorite metaphors for my spiritual path, and I'm very happy to share it with you. just beneath the rafters, in a church of stone, lay a stained glass window in the attic all alone. A work of art forgotten, a treasure thrown away, taken from the sunlight, it was just a useless fray. Ooh, the things in life we take for granted. Ooh, the things I wonder we could know. Ooh, I want to be illuminated, full of heaven's light, shining through my life. Let the window of my heart reveal your love. I took the stained glass window and held it to the light. Years of hidden glory reappeared before my eyes, an ever brilliant color, glowing like a fire, full of revelation and created to inspire. Ooh, the things in life we take for granted. Ooh, the things of wonder we could know. Ooh, I want to be illuminated, full of heaven's light, shining through my life. Let the window of my heart reveal your love. Your love. Thirsty for the morning sun, I am yours, I will be done. Let your love in me unfold with its beauty to behold. There's a stained glass window in the soul of man, with patterns of perfection that was made with holy hands, with the light of heaven flowing through each pane. Truth in all its splendor is revealed and will remain, and will remain. La 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 la, like a stained glass window, with its beauty to behold, with its beauty to behold, with its beauty to be, with its beauty to be, with its beauty to behold.
Is that talent or what? Oh my goodness, thank you, Stephen. Is it your time, Debbie?
After all.
Okay, now it's time for us to share of our bounty. And do we have something that's going on the screen for the offertory?
Oh, for just a blessing.
Okay, so for all of our members and those who contribute on a continuous basis, thank you so very much. And then for those at home, simply go to unity.org, centerofunity.org, and there's an opportunity for you to donate there. And if you'd like to mail in your gift, the address is listed on the website as well. So now, we also are taking up a second offering. The baskets are at either side of our fellowship hall, and we'll bless our offering now.
Divine love.
Divine love
as
me,
blesses
blesses and multiplies all that I have,
all that I give,
and all that I receive,
and all that
that I am. Thank you, God.
I don't know. It just did not cooperate.
Good morning. If you're watching us this morning for the first time, we're so glad you've chosen to join us, and we invite you to visit our website, fill out the Connect card so we'll know you've been here and we want to stay in touch with you. And if you're local, we invite you to join us in person. It's really nice to come together like this on Sunday morning and feel the intimacy of each other and the fellowship. So try to come see us sometime. If you're visiting us in person for the first time, please complete a visitor card that we have at the each door there, and leave it in the offering basket, or you can leave it out at the front desk as you go. Our appreciation for today is Nick Bell. Nick has been with us as an AV tech for a long time, first volunteering his services for a few years before becoming part of our staff. Nick can always be counted on to be available at odd times, as well as for weekly services, attending meetings, special services, rehearsals, and all of the other stuff that might need his services for us.
He plays trombone too.
He greets our online viewers each Sunday, making them feel welcome as they tune in, and he goes above and beyond in many other ways, such as helping with setup and takedown, among others. So for all that you give, Nick, we love you, we bless you, we truly appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you. Namaste. Thank you.
Here's what's coming up at Center of Unity. Membership re-verification cards must be returned to the church office by January 3rd in order to be on the 2022 membership roll. Mary Salerno will be in Fellowship Hall after service, so stop by and complete your card. Please plan to stay after church for 10 extra minutes or so to help take down a few Christmas decorations. Your help is greatly appreciated. We're beginning a time of after-service fellowship, and we need your help to provide snacks. Each week, we ask those whose last name matches the schedule to bring a healthy snack to share with the community. Be sure to join us online for the annual meeting on January 16th at 1 p.m., where we'll review budgets, receive updates, and elect new board of directors. So be sure to join us even if you aren't a member. The Zoom ID is on the screen, or you can access it from our website or the COU app. We're looking forward to offering Sunday school to all ages soon. So that we can be ready for their return, we need to know which age groups will be returning, and we're looking for volunteers to facilitate and teach the lessons. Please complete the surveys that you can find in our weekly email or on the COU app. There are multiple ways you can make a donation to Center of Unity. You can drop your donation off at the church, mail it to our P.O. Box, visit our website, use the COU or Venmo app, or you can text to give. Your continued support is greatly appreciated.
Wonderful, wonderful. So this is the time when we all get up and share together the peace song. Peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our Father, family are we. Let me walk with my family in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with thee. Let this be the moment now.
Oh, yeah, what are we saying?
Prayer, just
Oh, the prayer for protection. All right, come on. The
Light.
light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Yeah, thank you.